keeping the Queen of Pain off lane makes a lot of sense versus Ursa in lane. You're going to constantly harass him out with the dagger. Ursa can't do much to deal with that. Actually, starting pretty quickly here.
Oh, there we go, indeed, in the river. Trying to go for the first blood. GH is able to make it back up to the high ground with a good stun, and now Nigma Galaxy thinking about the turnaround. The Nightmare set up onto Leslau, quickly gets taken off by the breaker here. Aramis keeping his buddy safe. As neither team quite able to get a full punch into one another. They'll be able to separate back out. See if they do manage to butt heads again around the rune spawn. Quick pause here from RTW as we hopefully get things good to go. And a quick DC. Hopefully he's back. They will need him.
Yeah, he's pretty important being the, the carry hero. Definitely important that he comes back. One thing that has definitely evolved over the course of this tour of the DPC is level 1 plays that people make. You can see that both teams go for a 5-man play. I didn't see if Nigma ended up smoking. Alliance did. Basically every team is looking to smoke and do some shenanigans with the wards, or you go for some 5-man wraparound and you try to get a kill like pre-bounty. Like very few teams just sit there and block creeps.
Oh, let's see. Back in action. I mean, on paper, who's got the better level 1 here anyway?
Oh, that's so hard to tell. I mean, I feel like I would favor any team that has a Clockwork. It's a very strong level 1 hero. Lena's decent, although her stuff has been nerfed early. I mean, you stand on a high ground, like, you're going to win any level 1 engagement, and Nigma knows this. Like, if they just sit up here and they defend this together, there's absolutely no fighting into that. Alliance knows that as well. That's why they don't walk up there.
Yeah, and they're able to take the ward down there, Miracle. So some good money and XP to go their way. We'll see. Nico, baby, step up, wants to try and push him away from this bounty rune and will be successful. Nigma Galaxy will back off, and it means Alliance, they'll be able to start off with the 3 bounty runes this game.
Yeah, 3 runes. Clockwork Sven, definitely stronger than a Darkseer Nyx at this point. And yeah, you wait for the 5-man to break up, because naturally people are going to need to go back and block their lanes, and all of a sudden you get 3 runes pretty easily. And
do you like this decision from Alliance with the lane setup, having Supreme take the DK mid rather than the Quap, and Leslau take the Quap off lane?
Dude, I remember at Animajor, there was everybody was trying to figure out what the Lina counter was, and people started picking DK mid. And it actually did really well versus Lina. It was like the only thing that would do decently in lane against her. With that being said, both heroes have changed quite a lot since then. DK, for example, like his passive has been nerfed massively, so it's not exactly what it once was, where you could just sit there and regen, so we'll see if it's enough. But on paper, it does make a lot of sense for Alliance.
Yeah, and I guess DK is sort of the exception, right, in that melee hero position, right? Because any other melee mid is probably going to have a tough time against Lina.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, it looks like it is not going that well, but, this is post-nerf DK.
I'll see down bottom. Nigma Galaxy drawing Alliance's attention away from the wave. And the Supreme still taking a big beating on these early levels. I would imagine, once he's got sort of a couple of points in the passive, then he'll be able to deal with this a bit better. But Miracle doing his best to bully Supreme back on these lower levels where he is a bit more vulnerable.
A nice little wave cut here, but Handskin. Clockwork is one of the more annoying heroes to do this against when you're playing 2 melee. Just runs at you, battery assault's like 500 damage level 1. It's really ridiculous. No boots, but he doesn't need them.
Yeah, as long as he can position himself between the two of them, Nigma Galaxy will be forced away. Top lane, we'll see Aramis. There's some pressure in onto RTW as well with Leslau spamming him with the dagger. Is this a tough lane for RTW? How's he going to fare against these two?
I think it should be tough. I mean, Bane is not so good against Spiritbreaker because you want to sit there and trade right clicks with whoever the 4 is, and Spiritbreaker with Bash is great against any hero that wants to sit there and trade with you. And Queen of Pain versus 1v1 versus an Ursa, you should of course beat the melee hero with Queen of Pain. You just spam the dagger. You can't do much. So hypothetically, that lane should go the way of Alliance, but it looks like Nigma are playing it really well.
We do see bottom. Hansken definitely doing a good job of holding back mind control and getting that space for his carry. As we'll see, trying to make it go onto mind control, but the cogs down. They have caught him. GH holds back Hansken for now with a stun.
Ooh, that was nice.
Oh, nice here. Gets him with the cleave there. Nico, baby, able to find that Oh, no, not with the cleave. Actually, it was just that last reach. He just seemed to have an incredibly long attack range. Never mind.
But you know, I think did he cleave off the cogs?
No, he doesn't have a point in cleave.
Oh, he doesn't have a point.
Yeah, come on,
okay,
don't be as stupid as I am, Jenkins. Come on, you're the smart one.
I was not.
I'm the dumb one.
I don't know about that.
But he had a big range, didn't he? It looked like
that was a long.
I don't know if we get a replay of that.
GH, I mean, that was cool what he did. He walked into the cogs and took the carapace, so he stunned him.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah, this is Miracle's doing a really good job pressuring early in this lane. Like, he clearly knows this matchup and knows that if he just puts a lot of pressure on at level 1, he also rushed level 2, so that way he could spam his Q and just keep Fiery Soul stacks up, punching into the tower like this too. He's keeping Supreme just too low to walk up in CS here.
There he is.
Because he's always got to be worried if he walks into a stun.
Yeah, that could burst him. Being cautious. But you would imagine that if Supreme was playing the Queen of Pain, it would probably be even worse than this.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
See bottom of the Iron Shell and the Vacuum. They're going to be able to catch out Handscan. Now's the point where things get a little spookier for Alliance down on the bottom lane.
I'm realizing now that the Sven could not have cleaved off of the cogs because he's on the same
no,
team.
No. It looked like he cleaved off the other hero.
I know.
It was the hero.
That's what I said. No, that was just like a really long-range attack.
It was a long-range, but yeah, Sven's one of those heroes that does that, I feel like.
Sometimes like Sven and Ursa.
End of the, it always happens with those. It used to happen a lot more, right? Ursa was a big offender when it came to weird attacks from a mine.
Why that happens so much with Ursa, but I remember
it got fixed.
They had to make it so it misses now. It's technically it can. It still happens. It's just that you miss. You get the attack up, but it misses. Yeah. Now that they're level 3 on both of these heroes, it's really tough for Alliance to deal with it. I find this interesting though that they're pulling the whole creep wave around.
I mean, they've got them in the cogs.
Like, what on earth is going on?
I don't think Alliance is going to win this trade, surely. I mean, the shells are still hurting. GH with his running down a Handscan. And Handscan, he's got cogs in a second. Can he make any sort of sweet play to push him away? He can't break himself far enough away from GH, so the rundown's there. And now hitting the level 4s. It's definitely getting harder and harder. Whilst the clockwork may have had the edge early on, being against these 2 melee heroes, it's now at a point where these 2 melee heroes don't mind being right
against also 2 melee heroes. Yeah, it's just like the melee brawl down here. And with those 2 levels in Iron Shell, all of a sudden you're doing a ton of damage. You've got the Vacuum to pull back as well. The one thing about Alliance in that play that they just made is that Nico Baby brought the entire creep wave around during that. So it wasn't like they actually missed any CS.
His CS is still fantastic.
And you can see that in his CS. Like, because of these little micro plays that they're doing, they're able to go for these potential kills, but still he's top of CS. Yeah. So that's just really good laning from them. Obviously they die, and that's probably not what you want from Handscan, but they make sure that they're not missing creep waves, because that would be the worst thing possible, would be missing those creep waves. Like, dying doesn't matter as much as being zoned from 1 or 2 waves.
For sure, yeah. Nico Baby having a solid start on the farm. And obviously the Sven picked later on the draft. Was it a pretty good carry solution this game for Alliance? Like, do you look at this Sven and feel like, you know, at a certain point, if he's able to get that accelerated farm to open things up, get those first 2 items, Nigma Galaxy's going to struggle to deal with him?
It's good with his team. Like, he's got good heroes to set him up, lots of disable. His team needed damage. His team needed team fight. I do think that Sven versus Darkseer in the game, it's one of the better heroes at kiting melee heroes, because you just surge somebody and they run away, right? So, however, in lane, you just cleave out the Iron Shell creep wave, and it means that Darkseer has to do this wave cutting and Sven free farms just like we're seeing. So it's a bit of a laning pick, and also it works with his team.
Top lane, ILTW still having to be very cautious against any sort of play that Alliance try with the aggression of Aramis. But, you know, whilst of course he's not quite getting the same farm as is being done down bottom by Nico Baby, he's at least, you know, he's not feeding up here. They've not quite been able to kill ILTW, so playing safe as necessary against these 2 heroes, the Quap and the Spirit Breaker.
So I think both teams probably feel kind of okay with this lane, just because if you're Alliance, you have a hero that's, you know, traditionally a mid laner in the Queen of Pain that's having a really solid game from a side lane position. And then if you're Nigma Galaxy, all of a sudden you have this carry who's supposed to be getting dumpstered by the Queen of Pain. He's doing all right. He's doing perfectly fine up here. In fact, he's actually leading with that creep wave that he just got. So both teams are probably like some way okay with this trade.
Yeah, I think, you know, all in all, 7 minutes and a half in, it's a pretty even start for both sides.
It's very even. It does start getting difficult, though, once the co-op has level 5, 2 points in Scream, 2 points in Dagger. I mean, a lot of damage.
Which hero and which team's going to be sort of starting the action first? Like, who's going to start getting the most mobile around the map?
Definitely Alliance with DK. You've got that tower push. You've got the ability to tank towers. Great four-manning with the non-Sven heroes. You can make some space for him. It makes a lot of sense that they could run out some towers.
Oh, there.
Okay.
All right, that's now.
Looks like GH is just really high level and gets a kill with Vendetta. GH is level 6.
I mean, he was having a great time down bottom. Mind control, not so much now. Has, of course, been left on his own. Let's drag them back into the wall. I mean, he's going to be able to bring down Hansken with him, so oh, yeah, he'll take that. He was having a 1 versus 3. He's able to get one of them in return. But does still go down. Back over in the mid. GH missing the opening stun. I actually have ILTW coming over as well, trying to run at Supreme's Dragon Knight. Nothing to be found of it, though. As ILTW will be backing off and returning to farm. But yeah, that top, I guess, yeah, as you said, that early movement for GH is not something that Leslau was expecting at that time in the game.
Yeah, he's 6 before his offlane Darkseer. So, I mean, GH is just huge in this game. And, you know, picking up a kill, he's going to be even bigger.
Oh, he's been making some lovely stacks here as well for Miracle. He's going to be very pleased with that. Definitely got to be prepared for GH making the rounds on the map. He's got his eyes down bottom, and with a quick surge for the setup, he's going to close in onto Hansken. Backups there from Mind Control with the shells. They should easily have the damage. Any backup coming in for Hansken? Doesn't look like it. They'll let him go. Same time, Alliance are able to make the aggressive move onto Kuroki. So it's a trade between the supports across the map. GH, quick move there. As soon as he gets that kill down bottom, he's over towards mid with a Vendetta. Supreme is being careful, though, not to step up. And even with the Laguna Blade, it's going to be tough to burst all the way through the DK. I mean, can GH get back in on this? Can they combo him down? They're going to try. Stuns off the mark. GH not quite able to find the setup needed. And even if he did, as I say, Supreme's still rather tanky.
Yeah, he's tanky. He's got the tower aura. Yeah. Levels in his passive.
Oh, Mind Control. Very nice little vacuum there to drag Aramis back out of the charge, but he's getting trapped in by his own illusions, and we'll get cleaved off them as well. Nico Baby able to take him down. And heads up here from Nico Baby. Immediately evacuates the lane as he knows that they're low, and Nigma Galaxy will be on the prowl, and they certainly were. GH and Kuro were making their moves down towards potentially catching the two of them, but Alliance, they read the situation. They get back to base reset.
So still Supreme just kind of sitting mid, looking to slowly pressure the tower, and considering he has 3 points in the aura, he seems to be able to do this just fine. He can just sit here and tank.
Oh, and have a bit of an early Laguna thrown out there by Miracle, and the ult's in from Aramis, knocks back Miracle. Miracle will manage to get out just in time with the Invis Rune and the bold charge, but played it pretty close there. I mean, Miracle clearly wanting to get something done, throwing the ultimate out onto Supreme, but we are definitely seeing those early days, but it's never going to be easy for them to kill this Dragon Knight. Even if they haven't, we saw in this situation, 3 heroes around the mid, things have to be pretty perfect if they want to take Aramis out the game before backup comes in. Top lane, going for RTW, it quickly turns. Yes, you'll be able to get Aramis in. No, can't quite. Has to head back now with the dagger slow coming in, and further backup as well. Hansken and Nico Baby ready on the chase now. Nico Baby, in fact, 2 levels ahead of RTW here, going to show how well Nico Baby's fared out of the laning stage. Backup TPs coming in from Nigma Galaxy. Alliance, they will be held off here, not able to dive in. Setups down to Clockwork with the Nightmare and the Light Strike Array. They'll take down Hansken. The rest of Alliance, they're back out. Nico Baby will return to the bottom lane, knowing the amount of attention that he's just drawn up to the top. Mid lane, space is there. Supreme takes the tower, good timing, pre-12 minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely the big thing here. Like, both teams just bring all of the boys to this fight, and you know, you get a kill for Nigma Galaxy, but I think losing your mid tower for a Clockwork is definitely a good trade.
Yeah.
On the flip side, you can argue that it's a Dragon Knight. Probably he should have taken the mid tower already. So once again, it's one of those things. It just depends on your take on the game. I think if you're Nigma Galaxy, you're pretty happy with the fact that ILTW has been okay chilling top and farming against Queen of Pain, and the tower has not gone down yet. You would think that with the DK and a Queen of Pain to push the Ursa out of lane, like that tower would have gone down. But, you know, the mid tower as well, it's something you would expect to go down against a Dragon Knight.
Dire's
Miracle's getting pretty damn farmed.
Yeah, and for that standard sort of build-up, we're seeing the bots into the BKB, making sure that he's ready to turn up and be present and stay alive in any sort of altercation that Alliance try to bring to Nigma Galaxy across the map.
There's going to come a point for sure for Nigma Galaxy where Ursa is going to be a complete menace in the game. He's not been shut down to the degree that I think you would want against a Queen of Pain. And he can tear through these higher heroes.
I mean, they're looking at trying to tackle this Dragon Knight. They have got the grip to set up. GH in as well with a Vendetta hit. A Sonic Wave from Leslau pushes back the three of them. That's going to allow Supreme to back off to the side. Leslau will die for his efforts there. Hansken as well looks to be caught. Now the rest of Alliance is coming in. Nico Baby and Aramis turning towards RTW, but with the ult up, they don't want to try and tackle the bear through it. They back off. Nigma Galaxy will attempt with the chase down, but Supreme blink at the ready, back under the tower. Nigma Galaxy won't be able to get anything more, but they take the 2 kills down. Quite a bold call as well there from Nigma Galaxy. They see this DD Dragon Knight heading up to the high ground, but they know that they still have the ability to play from the high ground and take the advantage. They're even quick to make moves after it as they smoke up into the pit. They're watching around though, Alliance. They know that Nigma Galaxy has gone for this. They'll scout it out with the rocket flare. We'll see if they can interrupt it. Aramis is going to try. Charging onto mind control, but the mechs at the ready. And Nigma Galaxy with their numbers, they turn back over towards Aramis, immediately kill him off for his attempt to get in there into the pit. RTW is ready to resume business on Roshan. Still trying to poke them away, Alliance. RTW no ult for 20 seconds still, so has to be a bit cautious. And indeed, they're going to return to the high ground, not feeling confident in trying to force the issue whilst Ursa doesn't have his ultimate.
Yeah, pretty nice play from Nigma Galaxy there. Just basically like identifying that they can walk into Roche. There's no hook shot up, so there's not going to be any steal that's coming in. There's really not going to be any sort of initiation. And then when Alliance does go in with their Spear Breaker, they just turn and say, okay, we're going to stop doing Roche and we're just using this as like a mechanism to kill you. And then it gets to a point, Alliance, they're not walking in like that. The flares keep coming out, or the Roche is doing a ton of damage. And all, you know, of course, Nigma Galaxy needs to back out. You don't want to just feed free deaths there, but they kind of used it as a way to bait some kill, which is pretty nice. Now everybody's like chilling around the Roche pit, which is not exactly where you want to be if you're Alliance. Although they have spread out at this point.
And of course, for Alliance, not nearly as easy to take a Roche as Nigma Galaxy with their Ursa. Sure, they have the God Strength, but that will be much more of a commitment if they want to head in themselves. They almost certainly have to take a fight before they head in. Aramis, he's going to stand up again, close to the front lines as they'll spot him out. Same place, same death. As Aramis will go down once more. Now 5 versus 4 situation, Nigma Galaxy with the Enrage available on ILTW at the readiness if Alliance do bring the fight. They feel confident on going back in on this. And Aramis and Alliance, they still want to stop it. Buyback comes out, however Fiend's Grip immediately cancelled by the hookshot of Hansken. Leslau turns, takes down Kuro on the bay. The buyback has forced Nigma Galaxy to back off, but they've got that Aegis. Sonic Wave comes out onto GH and Mind Control, not enough to burst them. GH, he'll be left in the pit to die. He'll buy a bit more time with the stun, but he'll still fall. RTW tries to have a jab into Aramis, but he can't quite finish him off. He's on the retreat now, still has the ult and the Aegis. Ult to be popped. He's just got the backup of Mind Control. Great vacuum there to stop the charge through. Miracle turns with the Laguna Blade. Supreme's getting beaten down low. They're taking out the Dragon Knight. They may have lost the Aegis, but they're more than happy to take that trade, bringing down Supreme and continue with the chase. They've got their eyes on Hansken, and they've got the means to stop his TP out. Nightmare from Kuro puts a stop to the escape. Nigma Galaxy, they'll take the fight off the back of being able to utilize that Aegis rather early after the pickup, but in a way that Alliance, they were really trying to force it. Nigma Galaxy, they don't mind taking that trade at all.
Yeah, it's just... This is one of these games where like everything is going like close to 50-50 or 60-40 because you don't really want to just instantly lose the Aegis like this. I think this probably goes worse for Nigma Galaxy if Mind Control doesn't hit such a nice vac wall, because that was a big combo. That was a 4-man combo, right? So it's like if he doesn't hit a combo like that and they're actually able to take ILTW's Aegis without losing a death for that, then that's a really great trade for Alliance.
Oh, look at this GH. He's deep up on the other side of the river, setting up onto Supreme. See Aramis trying to help out, but the Spike Carapace stopped his charge through that. Oh, double. Catches them just on the edge of it there, Miracle. A 2-man light strike locking down Supreme and Hansken and allows them to take down both of them. As Alliance again have just got to run away from Nigma Galaxy. As Nigma Galaxy, they're ready to push down mid. That BKB done on top of the bots. Miracle is now a tough target to get to. And we've certainly been seeing mind control on the darks here, making life very hard for Aramis. I mean, to be fair, both him and GH. You know, the lane wasn't fun. Now Aramis, he's feeling sort of the issues of them. Top lane, they will get GH with the damage from Nico Baby. But the Spike Carapace and the Vacuums definitely cause issues for Aramis trying to get in on the front.
Yeah, and Miracle, too, is always there. Like, every single time you see one of these combos, Miracle comes in with, like, a stun. Like, he's been in the right place at the right time.
Nico Baby wants to go with the God Strength there. Oh, the hook shot, not quite able to reach onto Kuro. Now they're ready for the turn. They've dropped the wall. Fiend's Grip locking down Nico Baby. Miracle heads over. They have the burst. They bring down the Sven. Hansken also to fall here as he's locked down in his own cogs. Double kill for Miracle, and after what's been a close start, still the gold isn't that much different. You can really feel that things are ramping up from Nigma Galaxy and Alliance there, you know, especially in those situations where they're losing their Sven. You know, Nico Baby's been as farmed as he is so far. It's definitely got to hurt for Alliance.
Dude, I want to see a replay of that fight, because I'm pretty sure that Centaur walked in and stunned Clockwork, this neutral Centaur. He may have been able to interrupt the grip otherwise. Let's see. Okay.
So, did he actually? I mean, there's 3 heroes. He's going to go for the stomp. You're right.
Oh, my boy. Oh, the neutrals. Oh, God. Sometimes they just work against you or with you. Usually against you. Yeah, that's something. It happens. Miracle is 6-0-4. This guy has not died. Is a very squishy hero. I like him being on Lina, too. I feel like this makes sense for this team. Like, Nigma Galaxy tends to do the best whenever they have Miracle on something that can be a like scaling farming type hero. He's a really like carry from the mid lane type player, which I suppose makes sense given his carry proficiency in the past. That looks maybe like an accidental dust.
I mean, what's up? Well, I believe it's called a smoke, Jenkins.
No, he dusted right before that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So now he
he dusted and smoked. Oh, that
he
was
dusted, then he smoked.
I was like, you questioning the smoke? Oh, yeah, okay. If it's a dust.
Because you could just smoke first.
I mean,
right?
GH has been pretty sneaky. You got to check for him in all these corners.
He's really rattled them. Yeah, I mean, he's been a pain. There he is again.
He's certainly been an issue for Alliance this game.
They've got sentries on every lane though. So.
Aramis. He's going to be able to find Kuro up on the high ground. But there is backup, and Kuro, he'll finally fall, but the time's been bought for them to get the trade onto Hansken. See if they can get more. Nico Baby have to run away with this BKB. If they're able to chase this down, they might just be able to. ILTW is in with the Diffusal Blade slow. Miracle from the high ground. Light Strike arrays there. The damage isn't quite enough. Aramis charges over, able to hold them back and keep Nico Baby alive for now. As Nico Baby will be saved. Into the trees he goes, TP's away. They're able to get the Sven out this time alive.
Yeah, backing off here makes sense. I think Miracle not having BKB, like, really in this game, he's your true carry. Ursa, much more of an early game hero.
Aramis having a tough time again, charging past Nigma Galaxy. There's just so many heroes to put a stop to his tracks.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where the tankiness of all of these heroes is really negated by a hero like Ursa, where it's like you want to take these long engagements if you're tanky in general, but if you're Queen of Pain with Sanjin Kai, you're about blinking in, blinking out, getting rounds and rounds of your nukes off. Same with these like tanky armor heroes such as like the DK, the Sven. But Ursa, he just tears through it. You want to take these long fights, he gets 40 stacks of Fury Swipes on you, just murders you.
There we go. Nigma Galaxy, they can feel the momentum they're running with now. 18-8, they're racking up the kills, and these smokes, they're ready to keep them coming in. As Hansken goes down, Supreme having to dive into the trees to get out alive, back to base for him. And Nico Baby just very carefully trying to work his way out in this bottom lane, keep that farm rolling in, and it's getting more and more difficult with how quickly and viciously Nigma Galaxy is just sweeping the map.
I mean, I feel like Alliance probably could 5v5 at a point. I don't think that they have to be playing this scared. I mean, they've got to be pretty... Because Nico Baby's still pretty strong, right? Level 16, huge, yeah. BKB. I mean, he's got his BKB. But it looks like they want to wait for the blink timing. Or a pick-off.
It's hard to go onto ILTW. And they know he's not alone.
Yeah, so Nico didn't commit his ult. So I think Alliance, they make some rotations here, TP rotations, but it's not the worst thing to back off here. So, okay.
I mean, if things don't step up now, oh, they're going to smoke up behind Nico Baby. Nico Baby doesn't quite have the Blink Dagger. It's probably what he was sort of calling for to wait upon. But Alliance, probably as you say, you know, they realize they've got to have, they stand a better chance of making something happen now before Nigma Galaxy get another couple of
Exactly. It's one of those things where Nigma Galaxy's like, they're running around the map, they're snowballing, they're getting kill after kill, and it doesn't feel like something that needs to be happening if you're Alliance. You know, it's like, you don't need to be that scared. You're not some huge deficit right now. It's only 2K. Your Sven is still second in net worth. He's, you know, 3K ahead of the enemy carry. Like, you can fight. I mean, especially if you're waiting on a high ground here. We'll see if Alliance can position where they break this smoke. Doesn't look like it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the only thing a BKB Sven's got to be careful about is the Fiend's Grip, and they've got ways to cancel that.
Air miss, okay. Smoke break. They don't want to fight. They still don't want to fight.
Yeah, Aramis charging out. They're making a full retreat here, Alliance, by the looks of it.
They really want this blink, man.
Yeah, they don't want to go before it. I mean, we saw that, especially when they move over to the enemy jungle like that. You know, that wasn't a move to get kills. It was just a move to find a part of the map that was safe and they could stick around and keep Nico Baby protected. He's got the blink now, so
it's working. I mean, you know, they did just get a little bit of a... It went from 2K to 1K because Nigma Galaxy wasn't farming at all.
They were just chasing across the map.
Yeah.
So now Blink's there on Nico Baby. You would imagine if that situation happens again, Alliance this time, they'll be happy to face them head on.
Probably.
Yeah, here we go.
Then they go.
Here we go. This is what they've been working to.
Yeah. Nico can now catch the backliners. Yeah. He can catch Kuro and he can catch Miracle with this blink.
There we go. I'll start things on to GH. It's an easy kill. What more can they get? Now with the ult to knock back Kuroki. The vacuum wall down onto the three of them. Nico Baby, he'll jump in with the BKB and the God Strike. Hook shot over towards Miracle. They've caught him in the cogs. He's able to break his way out with the Shadow Blade. He'll get out of there. They did have the dust upon him, but he was too speedy for the rest of them to catch out. Nico Baby still wants to make more happen with this God Strike. Gets jumped upon by ILTW. Sonic Wave pushes back Miracle and Mind Control. Nico Baby is in under the tower. Jumps in for Miracle, takes out the Lina, but the bash is there from ILTW. He dives and gets the kill, but he dies for his efforts. Now Alliance, they've got to retreat. Without their Sven, without Nico Baby, they don't have too much left to offer. I mean, Leslow's still looking for action. Has to blink away there before LTW gets in and potentially gets a lucky bash. Minecraft's got control. He's got the drag back on a Supreme. Fiend Script, it's up and ready. They lock down Supreme. They'll be able to take out the DK as well. Alliance, they built up to this moment where they wanted to fight. They get a decent start to it, but at the end of the day, the dive under the tier 2, it doesn't pay off for Nico Baby and causes them to lose both himself and Supreme.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want from the reveal. I mean, I suppose you kill Miracle and he's the top net worth by, well, only 600 at this point.
I mean, that was the call to make, right? He sees him under the tower.
No
like, if I jump, I can kill him.
Yeah.
But then what?
Yeah, exactly. There's not really much to get him out after that point, and then...
And now you're losing Roche.
You're losing Roche. You've got an Ursa on the enemy team.
Yeah.
Yeah, this hurts.
On bottom.
Sure.
Oh. Not quite able to get him there.
Nice try, though. I mean, Lelis was walking, flailing around like a madman down there.
He knew. Leslie
does know.
Spider senses.
Yeah.
So back on track for Nigma Galaxy with the Aegis in the hands of RTW, working on towards the Satanic. Alliance, I mean, would you imagine as soon as they're back up and sort of refueled on the ultimate cooldowns that they'll be getting back out there with the smoke, even though there's the Aegis, or do they have to sort of sit back and wait for that to pass? What do you do now?
The Aegis is not a Miracle, and so I think he's probably the hero that they want to kill first in every fight. So you can definitely smoke if you're Alliance. However, I know that there are just a lot of players, these days especially, that just say, okay, there's an Aegis, we have this ability to like stall out and just farm. Like, let's just do that. Play a high ground, see if somebody walks up.
See here. I mean, they knew that there was a chance that Miracle might come over towards his own triangle, but not to be the case. They'll go for him in the mid lane, see if they can lock him down. Charge, into the stun, they'll do it. They bring down Miracle, a quick pick-off. Same time, though, down bottom, Leslau.
Oh, he gets out.
GH not quite able to land the combo off the back of the Yules as Leslau's into the trees. I mean, this is pretty good. If Alliance don't lose anything off that first kill, they could maybe even turn this to more good favor for them as they charge over towards the bottom. Alliance, they want to keep this fight going now. It's 5 versus 4. Ults in onto the Nyx Assassin. They'll take down GH. Hansken with the hookshot over into the trees, gets Kuroki. And they're not done yet. Supreme, he's looking for more. Mind Control is able to blink out in time. Him and LTW would back off. But this is what Alliance were looking for. Quick pick onto Miracle, take down the Lina, and then take the fight to the rest of Nigma Galaxy whilst their mid's out of action.
ILTW's...
I mean, he's got an Aegis, so he feels strong.
He might just...
He's going to be all right. Still pretty beefy, and of course has that backup of mind control behind him with the Greaves and a potential surge, so they'll be able to hold the tier 2.
Sure, and I guess also they were looking at the cooldown of God Strength. In fact, Nico Baby walked through a ward, and so they immediately saw him right at the start of that. As soon as he pressed that,
top
miracle.
Can he solo this?
I
don't think so. I don't know. No, he cannot.
That's a big tanky Sven right there.
I mean, yeah, he's going to need some TP backup coming in. He knows that there's almost certainly going to be coming a charge his way, and the rest of Alliance are also trying to see if they can catch Miracle off this. He's got the BKB. We'll use it a turn and stop Nico Baby from chasing, and now the backup from Nigma Galaxy's in. So a bit of a bait maybe from Miracle as Nigma Galaxy turn up in their numbers to take out Aramis. And we'll see if they get anything more. Nico Baby should be all right. Yeah, Blink's back up. He's away from it all.
Yeah, cool. So that play is just off the back of the God Strength cooldown. Nigma Galaxy, that's the reason that I think they run in bot with only 2 heroes, and then they do this bait top. Oh, Lelis has got to be careful.
Let's see if Miracle can get him this time.
Oh, he's not a good place.
He's certainly getting him there. See if this buys time for the reset of the Light Strike.
That's enough.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
Second round of the stun. Finishes him off. They take out Leslau as well.
Bane Lina, that is an old classic right there.
Oh, back in the triangle. See ILTW and GH in a bit of trouble. Well, I say that though, maybe with the turnaround, the vacuum wall from mind control, it's Alliance that are the ones that got to watch out. As ILTW committing here onto Supreme, he'll take down the DK. Nico Baby and Aramis, they've also got to get out. They tried to fight with the God Strength. Nico Baby turns with a stun to hold back ILTW, but with a blink forward from mind control, Nigma Galaxy, they're ready to dive into the trees. Past the tier 3, not quite able to get a touch in onto him before the blink out, but Miracle is there waiting for him. Popping the BKB, Aramis comes in with a charge, but Nico Baby too low to turn and punch back. They have to get themselves back to base, Alliance. As Nigma Galaxy, they'll get the kills and push on, get this tier 2 tower as well.
And Nico Baby, for his last 2 BKB uses, they've both had to be super suboptimal. It's like you have this play top without God Strength, he's pressing BKB, which allows Nigma Galaxy to make this play into the triangle because they know Sven doesn't have a BKB. And then once again, he's using the BKB after his God Strength. It's one of those things where like one decision a long time ago has chained into this end result of a 4K gold lead for Nigma Galaxy. I mean, it was dead even at that top fight.
See what they want to do mid. If they keep in time on the Aegis, 30 seconds until the Aegis expires on ILTW. Definitely something that both teams will be having in mind here.
He's got a Satanic now on ILTW. I feel like this is a really huge timing for Nigma Galaxy. It's just so much effective HP when he presses Enrage. Like, it's super hard to burst him. He's got too much HP to burst, and then he just Satanic to full HP. I feel like this is a big timing for Nigma to win the game right now. Like, even without an Aegis, I think they're super comfortable fighting. Yeah, they go for a smoke. Like, I just don't see how Alliance's heroes kill a Satanic Ursa right now. Like, you have to chain things perfectly.
Yeah, and that's still to do with the Enrage and also having the Shard on the bat.
Handskin is looking rough.
It's not become a fun game, really, for the supports of Alliance.
No.
Both Hansken and Aramis getting torn apart at this stage by Nigma Galaxy's heroes.
Yeah, Ursa especially just doesn't care at all about Spirit Breaker or Clockwork. 2 melee heroes that want to get in there, and Ursa's like, whoa, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, so it's really tough game for them. There does come a point where Ursa just, with whatever items that he has, becomes kiteable. Like, Alliance will definitely be able to kite him at a certain point, but like the next 5 minutes are really scary for them. Because once again, the sequence of spells you need to press to take down an Ursa right now is just borderline perfection.
Got the setup on a Nico Baby, but backup is there. GH, he'll quickly die off this. Miracle did find the opening stun, and into the grip, they managed to lock down Nico Baby. Gets the BKB off, but it's too late. As Nico Baby's out, and Miracle's ready to close the gap for more, heading in onto Supreme. BKB at the ready. They lock down the Dragon Knight. They'll take themselves another. As a quick response there from Nigma Galaxy. GH starting that whole affair there, and it works out perfectly for them.
Yeah, they've been hunting non-stop during this game on Nigma, and I mean, it makes sense. You have a Lina with Boots of Travel who's able to farm and then get there eventually. You have an Ursa who wants to be constantly fighting. 500 damage on Scream of Pain, eh? That's quite a lot. He's going for a Lincoln Sphere. It's defensive. I mean, all of these Queen of Pain items are very defensive, and I'm kind of thinking, like, if you're taking long engagements versus a Satanic Ursa, Lina who's sitting there constantly, like, spamming you out with spells and attack speed, you're going to lose.
Losing the base right now. Alliance mid barracks taking a beating. Nico Baby up in 10 seconds, but I mean, Supreme's trying to jump in for this. They're going to be able to quickly turn and definitely threaten his own life as Supreme's got to run. Charge over from Aramis over towards RTW. Leslie committing with the BKB. Looks towards the Ursa, but a jump out and a heal up from the Greaves will get the majority of Nigma Galaxy away. GH will be left behind, and looks to be the same for Kuroki as Aramis will be able to catch him with the ultimate. She's up to the high ground. If they got anything to stop this in time, they do. Supreme in with the Dragon Tail, stops the escape of the Bane. They'll be able to get the 2 supports, but of course the damage already was done. They did lose their melee racks in the mid.
Yeah, that was almost really bad for Nigma Galaxy. There was no Satanic Enrage had to be used right at the end there. So ILTW definitely could have gone down here if things played out a little bit differently. Not having that Satanic, I mean, he's just got the Enrage to work with at that point.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing time and time again just how aggressive he knows he can play because of the backup of Mind Control. Always there with the heal up for the Greaves and the Surge. He knows when to bail ILTW out, and ILTW knows that he can rely on that. Oh, mid lane, get the good control with the drag back. Nico Baby's Jodo. He's going to try and commit here on towards RDW, but he's having to run with the BKB God Strength. Another time when Nico Baby has to just get himself out. Aramis charging over on towards Miracle, but Miracle turns with the Dragon Slave, brings down Hansken. Supreme's been dealt with by Mind Control, and by that time they have no trouble taking out Aramis at the end of it all. And Nico Baby still having to run. GH, he's trying to chase this. Let's see if Nico Baby can survive. He is into the trees and TPing out, but again, it just sort of goes to show how it really feels that Alliance's lineup missed their timing completely, and we only really saw once them able to make a good move around Nico Baby's farm as a Sven. Other than that, Nigma Galaxy, they've just been in full control of the map and of the game itself.
They're playing the fights really well, too. Like, I really like that ILTW, he keeps going on Nico Baby, and it's one of those things where you think, like, oh, you know, why is he doing that? Like, you're not going to burst the Sven, of course. This hero's so tanky. It's because if he goes on Nico Baby's the only person that's going to be taking down Miracle in these fights. So as long as he sticks onto Nico Baby, it means Miracle can just be the true carry. He can just sit there and kill everybody else, which is precisely what happened in that last fight, and what's been happening in so many of these fights. Miracle, there was one time where he got gone on.
I mean, you see the jump in for Nico Baby is exactly as you say. Goes for Miracle, and then as soon as RTW starts to get his claws on him, Nico Baby has to bail.
Yeah, there's no damage for him without the Sven. This is just great identification of what you need to do to win team fights, or the way that you would lose team fights, and then just countering it. It's just really smart.
And they're back in now, Nigma Galaxy with the Aegis and the Cheese. 15k lead, a couple of heroes dead on Alliance. Looks to be pretty close to Nigma Galaxy being able to seal this deal here in the first game. As the tier 4s are falling, Alliance, will they have one final fight in them? We'll see if they try. Oh, a bit of an early BKB coming out from Miracle. Laszlo himself also trying to push the back with the Sonic Wave, but the grip's there. Okay, Nico Baby jumps into the back lines, he's able to find the Bane, takes out Kuroki, but now they have to back off. Full combo from Miracle laid down onto Supreme. The Dragon Knight's life coming to an end as Hansken and Nico Baby, they've only got moments left to live themselves as well. Hansken taken down, the tier 4s to fall, Ancient exposed as GG is called. Nigma Galaxy, they'll take this game 1. As, yeah, they were really feeling it this game. 39-18, 17k lead. They were absolute killers. And Alliance, they just couldn't keep up, Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean, so Nigma Galaxy, the way that they played the fights was amazing. The way that they were hunting constantly was also great.